it was such a pleasure to see the film, especially that baby Lola was kicking in the tummy. But when did you wake up, like, let's say at 5 in the morning, and said, darling, it's time for a film?
Ooh.
Oh, well, you woke up first.
We'd always talked about a film, and Jennifer is such an able writer that it seemed truly, really tragic for the world to go without a nice film written by you. So I said to the world that the film would be written.
And it seemed like there was a lot of TV shows that people would say, oh, let's make that into a movie. And I thought, well, they're doing it, let's do it, you know. And there seemed to be an appetite for it. So I think if it had been hard, if people had gone, oh, we don't know, but everyone just went, yeah, sure, absolutely fine, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, and judging by the amount of celebrities that make cameo appearances,
amazing.
First of all, I'm sure it didn't inflate your budget, and second of all, they were all fans, weren't they?
Yes,
they were.
Of course.
They were.
Of course.
Who was the most fun to have around?
Oh,
impossible.
they were all, do you know, you couldn't say. And but they were all, everyone hung in the same room. It's like there was a green room and everyone had a cup of coffee and nobody was starry. No one wanted their own place. No one had an entourage.
No, it was
even little Kate Moss, she comes in the morning, little scrubbed face, sits in makeup. Anyone can do her makeup. Because you have this idea that people come with so many people and demands, and she's such a, Kate is a massive star, you know, and model and everything, but so easy.
They were all so charming. Nobody was difficult. Everybody who came wanted to be there. Everybody loved being in the film and being with the other people. So it became quite a kind of culty thing. They didn't mind how long the hours were and how dreary the locations were, because we usually shoot in pretty strange locations which are made to look glamorous but aren't. It was divine. It was lovely having them.
Yeah, it was. Every day was like, who's here today?
Yeah, it's true. Like, I saw your interview on the Graham Norton show saying that you would pick the location before you would even write it in the film. Has that always been the case? You know, it's always been about the fun for you, and you know, you just make it happen.
It's always been about the fun.
Yeah.
And I think when you're writing a script, of course, you want to put this in and that in, these jokes in. But if it's not fun, it's not worth doing. You know, and people work very hard on these things, and you want to make it nice for the crew, you want to make it nice for the director, you want to make it nice for everyone who's coming in.
So you want to go to the south of France.
So you want to go to the south of France. Yeah. Why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Exactly. What makes Pat's and Eddie's relationship and friendship so deeply meaningful and enduring?
Oh, they've been together a long time. I mean, Patsy's miles older than Eddie. She doesn't know how old she is, but she must be old.
She was brought in off the streets by Adina's mother, literally, you know.
A century
and
ago.
Fed a century ago. And she went to school with Adina, but when Adina was quite small, you know, Patsy was a grown-up, but still in the same class. So they've known each other an awful long time. But they've also, they need each other, because if you're going to behave badly, you need someone there to go, that's not bad. You look gorgeous, you know, so they support each other. They're almost one person.
If you're going to dress extravagantly, you want somebody to say that you look fabulous.
Yes, exactly. Even if she's blind.
If you've got doubts about something, you want somebody to encourage you, and so they've got that for each other.
Yeah.
How much do you improvise things, I don't know, needles in the face and stuff like that? How much of this comes like spontaneously on a morning because, you know, you think that it's a good idea today?
Well, not a lot.
Not a lot, but But
there's lots of props. You order lots and lots of props.
Yeah.
So whatever's there, you think, oh, that would be quite good. No, I can't use that, and you do all that sort of stuff.
There was
before you
a
start
sort of pipe Patsy got hold of, and I'd never seen it. I, to tell you the truth, I'm such a drip. I didn't know that it's. I think.
I think it's for pumping
colonic
your stomach.
irrigation.
Or colonic irrigation.
It's colonic irrigation. I'd never seen
That's exactly what it's for.
But because it was a good shape, I knew that Patsy wanted to put it down her trousers and clear her sort of bodily stuff out. From but I had to make the noise at the same time.
That's exactly.
So I sort of go because I wanted to make Jennifer laugh. And all the needles, which have these lovely retractable things. There's nothing nice in getting needles out of your bag and sticking in your face.
A little bit of this, a little bit of blush
on,
just, you know.
Just do it.
Honestly.
It's the new world.
I think a lot of the machines that Patsy's just discharged herself from hospital and taken the machines home with her in the cab.
Do you girls ever organise ab-fab parties at home in your normal life?
Never, isn't
That would
it
be
funny?
a nightmare.
If you came to my house, I don't think you'd know that Patsy had ever was part of me, I didn't think. We don't have... You have to leave them alone. Otherwise you would become them, and then it could be quite
It's
fatal.
like going into the dressing up box when you're a kid, you know, and you have a great moment of dressing up and having all this fun, but then you have to go back to some sanity. There has to be some sanity.
So how many sequels can we hopefully expect? Because now it's good
I'm
fun.
going to be writing one a year.
That's good. Very Woody Allen of you.
That's true.
Yeah.
Let's keep them going.
Yeah, absolutely.
And where would you see them in 10 years? Because obviously these girls, they never change. And,
No,
and in their minds, time doesn't go by.
They get older. They get older. I mean, we've already seen them from the series that they go right up to past 100. Well, in Patsy's case, approaching 140. But she can't be killed anyway. She's kippered. So it doesn't matter what age we do it. They can go on and on and on. They can go on and on.
She's a vampire. She's made a pact with the devil at some point.
She's embalmed. Yes.
Ab-Fab 2, the vampire
That's
diaries.
quite good. It'd be quite good seeing that, to see Patsy getting up in the morning and just avoiding the sunlight for a moment as she comes out of her coffin.